Now that Uruguay is out of the tournament, I'm no longer beholden to keep picking them to go advance further in each round. I predicted them to win this tournament. They went out on penalties in the semifinals against Venezuela. But like I said, I'm perfectly happy with my pick. They did finish in the top four. So now we are at the final stage here, guys, of the Under-20 World Cup, sadly. I've had fun with this, as I'm sure you have as well. The third place match between Uruguay and Italy, and the final between Venezuela and England. Uruguay and Italy played each other in the first match of Group D a few weeks ago. Uruguay prevailed with a narrow 1-0 victory. Because now I'm no longer having to choose them, since them being eliminated has freed me up, so to speak, I am going to pick Italy to win third place here. And I'm not really basing this on anything because I don't have a lot of knowledge on under-20 youth teams. Hardly anybody does, to be honest. But usually I find in international competition, when two teams meet again later on in the final or in the third place match, you're not usually going to get the same results. It's almost always the team that lost the first time prevails the second time. And that's not a universal rule, but that's just a pattern that I've noticed. And the most recent example being Chile losing to Argentina in the group stages of the Copa America Centenario last summer, and then beating them in the final on penalties. I just think Italy is probably more prepared. They've had a tougher path to the final, in my opinion, than Uruguay. Tougher path to the semifinal, in my opinion, than Uruguay did. They really should have put England away in the semis. They should be in the final, but after going ahead, and then once England got the equalizer, the floodgates just pretty much opened after that. I saw the highlights of that game. Italy was way out of form. So I'm going to pick Italy to narrowly win this, to win third place in this tournament. And I could be totally wrong. I got most of the round of 16 predictions correct. I got most of the quarterfinals correct. I got both semifinals wrong, but that just goes to show how it gets harder to make accurate picks as the tournament progresses and as the best teams get narrowed down further and further. I think Italy will win this, and I think it's going to be like a 1-0, and they'll get the consolation third place prize. Uruguay finishing in fourth. For the final, I don't think this is necessarily Venezuela's game to lose here. A lot of people are picking Venezuela. A lot of you guys will pick Venezuela. I'm pretty tempted to go with England, to be honest. I keep thinking that Venezuela, playing every single one of their knockout games into extra time, that eventually they would just get tired by the time they play their next game. But they've shown no signs of that so far. And I look at this England team, they look solid. They look really solid. A creeping suspicion is telling me England's going to steal this on penalties. I know what you're thinking. England never wins on penalties, but this is under 20 level we're talking about. England senior national team also doesn't get to the finals of major tournaments. So that trend has been bucked right here. You have potentially for the first time in almost 60 years an England team winning a major FIFA trophy. So how special would that be if they did? England has not won anything since the 1966 World Cup. And I feel people are just writing off England a little bit too early here. I think they can win this game. I was very impressed with Dominic Solanke in the semifinal against Italy. Josh Onoma, Lewis Cook. They have been England's three best midfielders this whole entire Under-20 World Cup. They're the reason they're in the final, to be honest. But you have to look at Venezuela also. Peñaranda, Soto, Toltelo, their goalkeeper, I don't remember his name. These guys have been clutch. And I just think Venezuela should win this game, but part of me is leaning towards going with England here. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Again, because this is just uncharted territory for me. But I've picked, you know what? I've picked against Venezuela almost the entire way through this tournament. I thought they'd advance out of their group, but they wouldn't get past the round of 16. Picked them to get past the round of 16, but I don't know. Screw it. I think I'm going to pick Venezuela to win it. I just think they're overall better, and they were the second best team in South America, the South American Youth Championship. England got to the final, to their own credit, but they also had to play Costa Rica and a dampered down Mexican side en route to the final as well. I think Venezuela definitely had the harder path than England. So therefore, Venezuela's been tested more. But then, there's the whole question of how exhausted are they? Every single game they've played in the knockouts have gone to extra time. They won their last game through penalties. So if it goes through penalties again, can they do it? History says not. History says that usually when a team wins on penalties, they lose their next game. I don't know why that's the case, but that it just is. So I'm really, really tempted to pick England here for several reasons. But Rafael Dudamel, who's also the coach of Venezuela's senior national team, I think he just has these boys believing in themselves. He has them, they trust him, he trusts them, and that's really the key. There has to be a healthy relationship between the manager and his teams and his players. And he knows Venezuelan football very well. He's the coach of all levels of Venezuelan football, from the youth level to the main national side, like I just said. So, I think they're going to win it. Yeah, I'm going to pick Venezuela. I think Venezuela will win this tournament. South America will take back the Under-20 World Cup Championship for the first time since 2011. And honestly, there stands a pretty good chance that either Venezuela or England will not qualify for the next Under-20 World Cup because, guys, look at this statistic. The last five Under-20 World Cup champions in a row have failed to qualify for the next tournament. So I think that stands a pretty decent chance of happening again here, but we'll see. This Venezuelan team is very good. They could break that spell. I think they could get to the 2019 Under-20 World Cup as well. I'm picking Venezuela to be Under-20 World Champions. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe, tell me your thoughts. Who's going to win this? Who's going to get third place? See you guys later.